right now.
Right.
And oh man, it was so intense. It made like the coolest scene I think in a movie. I love that movie. Yeah, oh yeah. That's a great movie. Shame on you.
For shame.
Well,
Yeah. So
Yeah. So yeah.
yeah.
So
hello everybody.
my story that I was going to say was so today we got kiddo off the bus. Durs gets off the bus, and I'm walking up to the bus, like to go get him.
Yeah.
And the bus driver is like looking out, and she's like, "Oh, hi." I'm like, "Hello, how's it going?" And she said, "Oh, your son, he is just so adorable. He is just the sweetest thing." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks." Then the bus assistant comes with Durs, and he's like covered in sweat because they just went outside for recess, I'm assuming, right before they got on the bus. Covered in sweat, and he's looking like this, like left and right, like with his teeth out, and he's just like da-da, 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 da-da. Like a crazy animal. And she's just like, "Oh, he's so sweet." Yeah, okay.
I was waiting for you to say like something like how he was just like jabbing you in the balls like that.
Oh yeah,
He's like so
Power
sweet.
Rangers.
He comes and he walks right up next to her, turns and looks her in the face and just spits on her.
So sweet.
What?
Oh
What did I
man.
just say?
Right. Roll the intro.
That's what I was imagining.
All right, welcome back.
We're back.
That was the intro.
Nerds, and more nerds.
That was
go.
I'm Travis. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
We're all here.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
He's there.
He's there.
Just know that he's next to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got that was very Halloween inspired
Yeah.
for the
For this month of October.
Yes, it's October now.
Folks, it is October in 2018.
Octobre.
The future in the film Terminator took place in the year 2004.
Yeah.
So,
So there's that.
there's that.
Yeah.
We have made it this 14 years past the
Yeah.
supposed machinery takeover.
Yeah. We did it. We couldn't have done it without I don't know, the internet.
Imagination. Yeah. Recycling.
Yeah. Like what?
Travis looked at me.
We
like,
couldn't
What are
do
you
it.
saying? And then he went, "Yeah."
I guess yeah. We couldn't have done it without human decency and the lack of Skynet.
That's right. Yeah. Nice.
Oh man.
The lack of and hugs.
And hugs.
Hugs.
And speaking of which,
They've been integral.
yes. And speaking of which,
Yeah.
I've just been thinking about
Hugs.
just hugs, and also just humanity, just being a good person and things. And I wanted to go back to our last podcast a little bit.
Let's.
And I started talking about My Hero Academia. At that time, I only watched 2 episodes of it, and so I didn't have a firm grasp on it at all, really.
Right.
Just a very basic, very basic observations from those first 2 episodes.
Okay.
And not even the full plot was revealed at that point of the show as a whole. Not even plot twists or anything. Just the show as a whole wasn't even completely revealed until the 3rd episode.
Wow.
Yeah. And now I'm like pretty much caught up. I've got one more episode to watch to be current, and that's like episode 61.
Oh wow.
So I've just been like hammering through these.
There's a lot of episodes.
There are a lot of episodes already, and
Wow.
it keeps going.
Yeah.
And there's like a manga series that like happened before that, and that's still going. And so that's a little bit further than the show is. So I think after I catch up with the show, I'm gonna jump over to that and keep reading and see how far I can get. But that show is awesome. If there's anything that I would recommend, like more so, I would even put it above telling people to play Persona 5. I would put it,
Or vote.
or vote.
Wow.
Yeah, I would,
I felt like that was the next thing you were gonna say.
or vote. Yeah, definitely watch the show before you vote, folks. Definitely do that.
You still got time.
Yeah, like even yeah, you still got time. Yeah, I don't know, like maybe it's just because I'm currently watching it, but like just the way that the show flows, I would almost put it, I hesitate to say this, but like I would almost maybe put it equal to like the Dragon Ball series, the way that it plays out.
Whoa.
It's really cool. I think
Does it have any of the same producers or directors?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
the main superhero that like the main character looks up to,
Yeah.
he is voiced by the same person that does the voice of like Vegeta and Piccolo. He does the voice.
Really?
Yeah. And it's super cool. And yeah, so that was a cool thing. And now that I've been watching that, like I know like that guy's voice as this new character more so than thinking back on like what he did in the Dragon Ball series, which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's odd.
Like watching
But, like-
Steve Buscemi go from Fargo to Crazy Eyes and Mr. Deeds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
That.
Maybe he was just
But anime. Yeah.
waving.
Yeah. Dudes.
Yes.
But like if I were to put this
Yes.
series into words, it was like, okay, so take Dragon Ball, Pokemon, like the anime Pokemon, X-Men, and Harry Potter, and put them into a blender, and that's what this show is.
Whoa.
That's what, yeah, it's like a bunch of things that are cool. And it's like, it's one of those shows where you're watching it and it's just like, oh my God, like you think like, why didn't I, think of telling this story? Or like, why hasn't anyone thought about telling this story?
Really?
Yeah, like it's so cool. And it's like even the side characters in this show, every single one of them, like if you think of like Harry Potter, like there were a lot of classmates in his school, but like
Supporters, yeah.
yeah, but like not everyone, like not all of the little side characters had their one like standout moment that was awesome.
Right.
It's like every single character like in this class has multiple standout moments.
Wow.
And it's really cool, and everyone has such a unique ability, like a unique power, or in this show they call them quirks.
Right.
Yeah, I was saying this last week.
Yeah.
They're just
Quirky.
out. They're quirky. They're out of here, man. Like they're so cool, and just on a like almost like a like moral like lessons standpoint, like for the show, like some takeaway from it, it makes you, it almost makes you want to like like it's just gonna sound cheesy, but it makes you like want to be like a great, like a better person. Almost like watching this show, it's like, wow, like these are some very like moral, just people, that are like striving to be superheroes.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah. So I can't say enough like awesome things about this show. So if anyone at home has not checked this out, check it out. It's pretty cool. It's on. I think it's on Crunchyroll, like the streaming service Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
It's on Hulu.
Crunchyroll is only what, like $4 a month?
That's without ads, and you can watch it for free with ads.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's got most of it. Hulu has like pretty much.
Is it on Verve?
I'm not sure if it's on Verve.
Okay.
It's on Funimation's streaming service,
Nice.
and that you get a free 14-day trial, so you can hammer through that. Watching those, it's
Wow.
you guys, it's so good. Okay, not to spoil Harry Potter or this show, but like the main like climax of Harry Potter,
Yeah.
like that level of stuff was happening at the end of the first season, and the first season is the shortest season. It's like maybe like episode 10 or something. You start to see some of the stuff happen.
Yeah.
And I'm on like I said, like they're on like episode 61 now. And
Jeez.
and they just like it just keeps going, and it's really awesome. And you get to a point where you're like, man, I don't know how this show is gonna get even more interesting than that. Like that first like end of season 1, I'm like, man, like where do they go from there? And then just keeps like snowballing.
So Harry Potter can take a back seat.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Wow.
I think a lot of people can take a back seat. Yeah. It takes like, not only does it take those things I mentioned and put them in a blender, it's almost like it just cherry picks the best aspects of each of these things. Like the main character has a rival, and it's kind of like, it reminds me of a more intense rivalry between like Ash Ketchum and Gary Oak from Pokemon, from the anime. It reminds me of that, but like his rival is this kid named Bakugo, and he's just crazy. He's like a firecracker, and his quirk is explosions. So he can fire off these explosions out of his hands, and he can like propel himself with them like up in the air, or like use them to blast enemies and stuff.
Kind of like Iron Man.
Kind of, yeah. It's a little bit like Iron Man, but like only in the hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's super cool.
Nice.
He's like, if you imagine Gary from Pokemon, but like way more hot-headed.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Oh, it's super cool. Yeah. So he's a really awesome character. That's a spoiler-free thing right there. He's just cool. Watch him. He's super awesome. He's probably one of my favorites. It's hard to pick a favorite. I was thinking about this on the way over here too, and I'm just like, who would I pick? Their homeroom teacher is also a really cool dude. His name is Eraserhead, and he's just like this slender, like long-haired dude who's like really soft-spoken, but he's got this crazy like thin scarf that wraps around his neck, and he can control it and throw it on people and latch onto them, and he will he'll temporarily erase their quirk and they can't use it.
Whoa.
And it lasts for as long as he doesn't blink. Like that's yeah, so that was super cool.
That's wild.
Yeah, like all of these things are really cool. Like all the little elements of it.
Yeah.
One thing that I noticed today, this is just a super side note, that I was just really surprised at the level of detail that they put into this story. But there's this character who is like, her quirk is just frog. So she can do anything that a frog can do.
Okay.
Yeah, anything. Yeah, anything a frog can do, she can do. And
Kind of like Toad.
kind of like Toad. Like,
Okay.
got the tongue and like all that stuff, like jump super high, stick to stuff. But she, in one episode, she got a little bit emotional and she started crying, but the way that her tears came out, they looked like bubbles. And I thought that was an awesome little touch. And I'm like,
Nice, yeah.
that's just a taste of how like detailed they're being with this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really cool. Yeah. I would say just go check it out.
Definitely.
It's super cool. I would seriously put it before all of those things that I mentioned, which is insane.
Wow.
I would say
You
to
just
check.
offended like a host of nerds.
Yeah, I did.
Unless,
I did. I just, yeah. But it's that cool. Like,
Okay.
do not sleep on it. I almost did, and I was like, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it. And then it just like, oh man, it took over.
it got you.
It got me. It bit me hard. And I got the bug.
Nice.
Wow.
I got the bug.
So you've got bugs now?
I've got bugs now. How cool is that?
How cool is that? I'm all buggy.
I'm all buggy. Jeez. But yeah, dudes, check it out.
Will
If you
do.
have not, leave some hate in the comments.
Is it better than One Punch Man?
I hear a bunch about One Punch Man, but I haven't watched like any of that yet either.
Because that show,
I know the premise of that show, and that's weird. This one is more straightforward. It's like, if you've watched the Dragon Ball series, like, that has a lot of humor in it, but it's also super action-packed. That's kind of like what the show is like, especially at the beginning of it. I just don't want to give too much of it away if you haven't seen it, but just go check it out, man. It's awesome. It's super cool.
Sweet.
word.
Yeah,
All right.
indeed. So,
Hero Academia.
yes. My
My
Hero
Hero Academia.
Yes.
My hero.
Yes.
Anacondas.
Did you guys happen to see that video I sent you?
Yes.
The theme song?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Did you watch that one?
No.
It sounded like Japanese Coheed.
Dude, and you know what the cool thing is like,
what is this?
I get those songs stuck in my head all the time. They change the intro and outro, like the first season has that theme song, then there are 2 different theme songs for the second season, and then 2 different ones for the third season, and the outros change all of those times as well.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, man. And they're all like pretty catchy. That's probably my favorite one is the first season, because it's just like in your face, like flashing all those superheroes, all of the classmates.
Yeah.
It looked like I was watching a Tekken movie. I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. I just want to keep talking about it. It's awesome, but I don't want to give it away. Jeez.
Travis,
Give it away, man.
I won't do it. I won't do it.
Internet friends, this is something that you don't know about our friend Travis. He
Yeah.
is really good at saying more than maybe he ought to. But only out of pure excitement. It's
Yes.
it's not malicious or
I won't tell you what happens, but this is what happens. Yes.
that's perfect. But this is what happened. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But we will. We'll
We'll move on. Go check it out.
here and we'll stop.
Yeah. Maybe down the road, like maybe after you 2 guys like maybe watch some of it.
Dude.
Then we could
Z-
he has batteries right there. We ran out of batteries early, folks.
Man.
And Miguel went through this crazy
looked
process trying to get batteries, but we had some right next to Cole.
Oh man. He jumped through a hula hoop.
Oh,
It was
jeez.
on fire.
I did.
That was impressive.
Over a lake of alligators.
That's right.
Alligators. But kind of speaking of one of the things I mentioned, Harry Potter, there was like a leak recently,
Oh.
and
The new
Yes.
Fantastic Beasts.
nope, not even that.
Saeed.
What? This guy?
What?
Not even. No. So there was a leak
Of
of a
information.
new Harry Potter action RPG video game, and
What?
yeah, and it's like I guess I didn't see the actual footage of it because by the time I found out about it and went to look for it, it was like, this is blocked by Warner Brothers because they don't want you to know about their plans.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
and
We've said too much.
yeah, we've gone too far. Yeah, yeah, but
Right on.
yeah, yeah. So this like from the sounds of it,
Yeah.
it's going to play like an RPG, like a Final Fantasy, like a later Final Fantasy game, like an action RPG.
That's probably the perfect template for that.
Yeah.
So,
And I think it
because I mean, like,
yeah.
they tried, back in PlayStation 2, I think it was,
Harry Potter
yeah.
games.
to have a Harry
Yeah.
Potter game, and it just didn't work out.
In this one, as funny as it sounds,
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to have Harry Potter in it. because it takes place in the 1800s, and you, from what the leaks have said, you're like a 5th-year student at Hogwarts,
Whoa.
and something is happening in the school.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so like
usual.
right, and so
So I'm assuming you get to create your own character.
yes, you create, like, you pick like your own classes, like if you want to go down the path of like good or evil,
Whoa.
like all of that stuff is up to
Do
you.
you,
And I'm
you
sure
select your own, like, house?
I'm assuming so.
Or do they choose it for you?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, the Sorting Hat.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Well, because you're a 5th year, so,
So you're probably already
don't need
in it.
yeah.
Yeah, so you get, like, the first year, you get the Sorting Hat.
Yeah.
So you probably get to pick where you're at.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, could you imagine that? Like, could you imagine the replayability on that? Like, you start off and you're, like, just a good person.
Especially if you can unlock characters from the stories that are already established characters.
Like, the ones that exist in the 1800s at that point. Yeah,
yeah.
that would be pretty sweet.
Well,
That'd be dope.
I mean,
Dude.
I'm not going to have their ideas for them, but
Yeah, jeez.
Dumbledore.
might be a good one to
Dumbledore.
toss in.
Yeah.
He's a guy.
Albus.
Yep, that guy.
That old Albus guy.
My dog. My dog's name is Elvis.
Yeah.
He
it
looks
is.
Looks just like him.
Looks just like it.
Yeah,
Weird and all.
dude. That, like, when I heard that news, I was like, man, that is super cool. That
Yeah.
is super duper.
That is really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
yeah.
You nerds.
Such nerds. Such nerds. I had one other thing I wanted to mention.
Let's see it.
Alright.
Let's hear it.
Bring it
What do you
up.
got?
So
Bring
it's something that I think would be awesome if it happened.
Oh,
Toys R Us is planning a comeback.
what?
Really?
Yes, they used
In what?
yes. So they, like, as a store and all of this stuff, they're like reevaluating all of, you know, their business stuff.
Yeah.
They were like $5 billion in debt,
Right.
and now they're like, hey, we're looking at this, trying to figure out how to bounce back from it,
Yeah.
you know? And like one thing that I've heard is just like smaller stores, even, like, because those stores were huge.
Yeah.
You know.
Monstrous.
They were
Yeah.
too huge. Yeah.
And like most of those kids' clothes and stuff, like, those need to take a hike, go over to Babies
Yeah.
R Us, you know, like,
yeah.
bring that back too. But like, yeah, you know, like, get it to a
It's
controllable.
called Toys R Us.
Yes.
Why are you selling clothes and bottles and cribs and
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do
things
that.
like that? You know, I mean, I get it.
Yeah, but if you get it from Babies R Us,
Then why do you gotta get it somewhere else?
yeah, exactly.
Especially
Yeah.
if you're gonna pay more for it.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Jeez. I don't know. Yeah, just make it smaller.
Wow.
Like, yeah, just make it like a smaller store
With toys.
Yeah.
with toys. You know,
People want.
that people want. Like, cut out the stuff that people don't want.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, toys, video games, and then, like, you know, maybe those, like, mountain bikes that,
Yeah.
like, that kind of stuff. Like, some of the big stuff that, you know, you go to a toy store for.
Pow,
you know?
pow, power wheels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that stuff.
But I also
puzzles.
think what they have to do is like bring it, like have like hands-on toys that they can play with,
Certainly.
Right.
Certainly demo
just
toys.
to bring people to the store.
Quite. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, what good is the store?
You know,
Yeah.
Than just another store with toys.
I could say the
Yeah.
exact same thing about the bike shop.
Yeah.
If I wasn't allowed to ride any of the bikes and I was only meant to buy one,
Yeah.
probably never happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Would you buy a bike off of Amazon,
No.
then
No,
why should we buy our toys off of Amazon?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jinx.
And some people might be questioning why 30-year-old men are buying toys.
Yeah, probably.
Actually, I was just talking to Sally about that.
About toys?
Yeah, and
us,
she,
or-
just toys. And she was like, did you
Wait,
ever...
wait.
Okay.
This is an appropriate toy conversation.
No. This is just about like action figures.
Okay.
Just action
Safe
figures,
for
folks.
work, people.
Safe for work. Don't click it. Tell your boss I said hi. Yeah. Yeah, so look, we were talking about toys and she said like, "Oh, did you ever feel like you were shamed out of liking toys, or like someone made fun of you or anything like that about toys?" And at first I was like, not really. And then I went back and thought about it. And I remember this one time I was like, probably like just entering middle school.
Yeah.
And there were some like dope Transformers at the time. And I was like, yeah, I want those for Christmas.
Well, certainly.
Yeah. And then,
at you.
like my mom and my grandma chimed in once I told them like what I wanted for Christmas. It's like around Thanksgiving, like Black Friday times,
Yeah.
you know? They chimed in. They're like, "Aren't you a little old to play with toys?" And I was just like, I didn't really think about that ever. I guess I'll have to find something I don't want for Christmas.
Hey, when does a child ever actually sit down and think to themselves, hey, am I too big for these?
Never. What?
Should I not be playing with these anymore?
Yeah. In conclusion,
Yeah.
go buy some toys.
Yeah, get off your keys.
I'm gonna go find some My Hero Academia toys and put them on my desk. Because I'm an adult and I can do that.
That's right.
That's right.
And no one can tell you no.
No one can.
Take that.
I can. No.
Look how well
I don't take
it
you seriously,
didn't work.
No.
Oh, jeez. Well,
Yeah, I don't know. Was Toys R Us that place for you guys to go to that, like, once you walked in, it was like,
Heaven.
yeah.
I'm in heaven.
Exactly.
Yes.
it was
yeah.
like
Yes, yes.
that every time.
Dude,
Yeah, it
this
was great.
this one time, I do have one short story that might be funny for you guys.
Here we go.
I got there one time, and my dad ran in for something, and he was like, "Here, just like sit in the truck while I run in. I'll like lock the door, and I'll be right back." I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever." I wasn't going there for me this time. Like, he was getting something for someone else. Can't remember who.
That's the worst time to go to Toys
I
R
know.
Us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta buy something for your cousin.
Yeah.
I want something.
Right, exactly. So I'm parked out there. I'm just kind of hanging out. This is before cell phones existed, so there's nothing to do.
I'm staring out the window like a loser.
Exactly. I'm staring out the window like a loser, and across from me, Aaron Corporal shows up,
no
and
way.
he's right across from me. But he's not driving either. Like it's someone's driving. It's either like Kevin or like someone else.
Yeah.
A guardian. Yeah.
Yeah, a guardian of sorts. And so he sees me and he's like about to go in and he's go, "Hey," and I open the door to be like, "Hey, what's up?" Like be actually like verbal about it. And I did not know that. Exactly.
Oh,
yeah. That was my dad's alarm on his truck. It was going off in the parking lot. And then Aaron just kind of looked at me like, "Haha," and just walked in.
Wow.
Oh man, Aaron's a fellow high schooler with us.
Right.
And his brother is Cole's brother-in-law.
That's right. He's
Yeah.
my
Probably should have started the story with that. but yeah.
What do you call that then?
Yeah.
Do you call
Yeah.
the sibling of your sibling, or I'm sorry, the sibling of an in-law, your sibling?
I guess you kind of call them like almost family, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, because you
Kinda.
married their.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, kind of.
I mean, I
How
don't.
does this go?
It depends. I don't know.
Let's break this down.
Let's break this down. Let's be
mean-
nerdy about it.
I mean, I don't. Like,
So none
My-
of Alan's siblings are your siblings-in-law.
correct.
Okay.
Like, Alan is my brother-in-law because he married my sister.
Right. that doesn't necessarily make you their brother.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm Alan's brother-in-law because he married my sister.
And that's where it stops.
And that's where it stops.
But, I'm thinking about this,
Yes.
and I'm thinking about, like, I don't think of them
I only think of this, because, okay,
not super related, but, like, you can have a conversation with them, and you're like, you can treat them kind of like family,
technically, Alan can marry my sister, and I can marry one of Alan's sisters.
Are you going to do that?
No,
Right.
but I can do that.
It's a
It's allowed.
possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Whereas
That's weird.
it is
Right.
weird.
So like,
That would be weird.
so like if you're already Alan's brother-in-law and then you marry his sister, what happens?
Everything explodes.
It's just spontaneous combustion.
Like so
Yeah.
so Sally's, and they're not even like actually like officially married.
Oh,
They're
jeez.
pretty much, but like so Sally's sister's boyfriend,
Yes.
he's got a brother, like a younger brother, and I'm always talking to him on like Facebook and all the things. I'm Switch friends with him. He's on my friends list and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, I like for him, I would consider him fam.
Yeah.
Because like I've got a pretty tight bond with him. Like not now, I don't know if the government would think of this that way. Society,
call it that.
but yeah, he's a cool dude.
So like,
So shout out to Christopher.
Hello. Hello.
so like, I consider his family my family in a way,
Right.
but I don't necessarily consider them like brother and sister
Yeah.
Okay.
like that. I kind of consider them as like cousins, I guess.
Yeah. There's something.
Siblings once removed.
Yeah.
That's wacky. Also, shout out to Christopher's brother, Matt, because I know he's listening to the show. So hello.
Excuse me.
Hello, Matt.
Hello, Matt. Hi there.
He's there.
Excuse my sneeze earlier. It was loud.
Just Matt, but not everyone else.
Yeah.
No one
We're
else.
just talking to Matt right now.
We're just talking to Matt right now. Hello, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
How are you? Are you doing good?
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear
That's good.
Super glad to hear it.
Yeah, it's always great when you can go into the store and use coupons to get stuff for free. I agree.
Awesome.
Now we're having a conversation, folks. If you could kindly butt out,
Yeah. So,
to add to coupons.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. What about those? I think the only thing left to talk about is
The Lions. Dude, I don't know why. The small part of me thought you were going to say, so what about those Lions?
no, not even at all.
Nope.
I was going to.
Probably not.
I was going to. Oh my God, Cole, you're gonna lose your mic, dude. It's about to fall off. So I'll do it for Cole. Let's talk about mobile gaming.
Oh.
Wait, no, I've got a lot to say. Hang on. Let me just get this arranged. Wait.
All right, let's wait for Cole to get the microphone
We'll wait
back.
for you to get your microphone back.
Okay, let's get there. Okay, keep on it.
Apologize. Okay, so
And we're
There's
out
this
of
game
time. Thanks again for listening to Nerds, and More Nerds. Hit us up on Instagram and Twitter. And, if you're on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below. Nerds out.
it's this game and it's